Beta test 2 ending soon, already. Like, I genuinely thought that it would be running until the 15th of January or something, because they said that this beta is gonna run longer. But I guess not, it's like exactly 1 month. This is good, because this means that we are gonna get this way faster, right? So, Arknights beta test will conclude on the December 29th, okay? So we still have like 21 more days. At that time, the game servers of the test will shut down and everything blah blah. During the test period, we have received a great deal of feedback and suggestions through our officially community channels, surveys and customer support. We sincerely thank everyone for participating in the test and actively providing your input. The project team will continue to refine the game and optimize the gaming experience with more new content already in development. Okay, so let's see. Arknights Endfield Beta Test Dev Community Post. Dear administrators, since the launch of Beta 2, our team has been gathering valuable feedback through multiple channels, okay? You've shared important opinions on ease, early tutorials, and progression flow. We kinda joked on this channel, right? We already kinda said that early tutorials and progression is like 8 hours. Combat and stat settings. No, combat and stat design. Really? People are what, on combat? Gacha resource acquisition, UI and visual representation, as well as multi-platform compatibility and performance. And we'd like to express our sincere thanks to all of you. Okay, let's see. Every single piece of feedback carries your criticism. Okay, this is like PR. Some of these improvements have already been completed on our end, and we are now in internal verification and review phase. So this just confirms that we are playing like probably a few months old beta, right? Because usually when it comes to beta things, they always give you the most stable version of the beta. So this is probably like a beta phase and the game is like a few months old. Because when we played the last zone, we didn't have English voiceovers or any voiceover except the Chinese one, right? Like in the beta, in the last zone, we only have Chinese voice acting. So this kind of confirms that, yeah, we are playing probably a few months old beta build. Our team is continuously monitoring your feedback and discussion and thoroughly analyzing both your survey responses and actual player behavior data. We have set aside dedicated development resources for experience tuning, and will implement improvements one by one, with full consideration for the balance between real-time experience and long-term gameplay. Does this mean we have set aside dedicated development resources for experience tuning and will implement improvements? Is this like experience for characters and how we don't have enough resources to level up anything? We've also put a long-term optimization mechanism in place to ensure that future versions of the game continue to see meaningful improvements to the experience. This is good, because with every single patch, normal stuff, more stuff accumulates, more like... The more content you add, the worse sometimes the game starts performing, right? With the goal that every adjustment truly fits the overall gameplay experience, we'll keep listening to your feedback and remain committed to the ongoing long-term optimization, meeting your expectations with convincing, high-quality game content. Thank you. We look forward to joining you on the adventure of exploring Talos 2 in the very near future. Guys, do we think that this is gonna be January 31st? Endfield tomorrow? I mean, Endfield yesterday. Okay. I mean, this is the main thing. You've shared important opinions on early tutorial and flow progression. This is something you guys heard me multiple times say on stream, how the early progression and tutorials, like the tutorials are really necessary, but the thing is, the game is hand-holding you for a good like first 8 hours. Combat and stat design? I don't know, I find combat really good. Stat design is kinda... It's kinda hard to know what you want to build in the endgame right now for your characters. Gacha resource acquisition. Okay, so gacha resource acquisition. We can confirm this. Because I have 31k. So here's the thing. We have 32k resources and 20 tickets. And this is after playing the beta for 70 hours. 32k resources and 20 tickets is how much? Like 82 pools, right? Yeah, it's like 80 pools. Because I haven't spent a single resource from Oro Barrel that we acquired in this beta from start to finish. We are now like 10 days in, like 9 or 10 days into the game with 70 hours played. And we only have like 80 pools when it comes to like limited banner. You already have Lavatain? No, I don't have Lavatain. I haven't done a single pool on this banner. I only done 3 pools because it was the tickets that were here. Like these are special tickets that have a duration. So if you don't use them, they kind of disappear. So you kind of want to use them. Only 80 like limited pools. But the thing is, we did like 130 pools on the basic banner. So if they keep the 130, 140 pools on the basic banner, but just improve a little bit when it comes to resources, when it comes to the limited banner, it's gonna be good. Like it's gonna be a fine balance then. But that means that they need to introduce like events, or either introduce events, give us more tickets, give us more ways to get tickets, or lower how many resources we need to like. Because one 10 pool is 5,000. I have 32k after like 70 hours. So they need to give us either more tickets, either more ways to get this thing, or lower the cost of everything. So I don't think they're gonna lower the cost. I think they're gonna implement like more tickets or weekly stuff, more weekly stuff, right? Okay, next up, UI and visual presentation. Even though you guys heard me as well, even though I have like 70 hours, I still get lost in the UI. Because once you open the UI, like this is what I dislike, like Baker. Why is it this called thing Baker instead of chat, right? And this is the chat with the NPCs, where you can find like more lore and more stuff. Like Path of Glory is medal. But like there are times that I still get confused by Acquisition Center is here and here. Like you can press Acquisition Center is weapons. But it's called Acquisition Center instead of weapons. Then we had Headhunting is pools, events are events, operators are operators. Because now we have regional development, which is pretty much the stock build and stock outpost stuff. We have operational manual that like opens all of this, which is nodes, dailies, index for like farming and using stamina. Training is for basic training is the combat tutorials, and operator guide is like basic training and guides on every single character. And every time you do it, you get a little bit of a reward. And I haven't done a single one. I haven't done a single one. Simulation is guides for factory. I haven't done like 70% of this. But yeah, there is like, look at this. Like, look at how much of this there is. But like, it's okay, that's okay. And wooling, I only did like 50%. I only did simulations and guides on stuff that I know. But this is coming from somebody that already played like CBT1. Then we have the permanent game mode. But yeah, I still get lost a little bit on this screen. It's a little bit too much. Then we have AIC plan, AIC report. I kind of forgot that this is here. Oh, they implemented. Yeah, you can. So you can do AIC report to see all your stuff that you are accumulating in terms of resources. And what is this? AIC plan is the skill tree for the factory, right? But yeah, I don't know. I still get lost, man. I still get lost. I think the most thing that people get lost is on this thing. Like, okay, you have the resource, then you have the normal tickets for the gacha. Then you have these tickets, limited time tickets for the gacha. Then you have these tickets, which is a 10 pool for the gacha. That's also like time limited. I don't know, man. But this is good. Like, okay, this is fine. This like, I think they understand that the UI and visual representation is like important. Like visual clarity of combat, I'm fine with visual clarity of combat. Like the skills feel nice to use and they don't clutter your whole, boom boom, like your whole screen, right? Like in combat, I know what the hell is happening, which is the main thing. And what else did they say? Multi-platform compatibility and performance. I mean, I'm kinda praised them a lot for this, and I'm not saying I'm not the only one, right? No, the optimization is really prime because it's running on a Unity engine. But multi-platform compatibility, which means like performance or of even like older phones, probably PlayStation 5 as well, because PlayStation 5 didn't have a beta right now. We have a beta for the phone and the beta for PC. But this is pretty much like, you know, they are listening, they understand what's happening, but I think the main thing why they are listening is because of the outcry of the Chinese community. Because if you guys didn't know, the outcry is huge. One of the most popular videos on Bilibili is big content creators who spent a lot of money saying how they lowered the acquisition for resources in the beta so the Chinese whales would swipe more. That is kind of the sentiment, like, you know, not the sentiment, but that's what they are saying. How long do I think the release is gonna be? I don't know. Like, my expectation was, because before the beta started, they were saying how this CBT2 is gonna be longer than CBT1. CBT1 lasted for 30 days, and they gave us 5 additional days before it kinda disappeared. So CBT1 lasted 30 days. CBT2, this is the last beta, is lasting exactly 30 days. So exactly 30 days. I expected them to have this beta last all the way to January. So my expectation was it's gonna last until like second week of January, which would be like 14th or 15th of January. But this is way faster than I expected. Because like the first, as I said, the first beta lasted like almost 35 days to 40 days. This beta is lasting exactly 30 days. Which means if they close down the beta before New Year's, and they use all of January to promote the game and fix the little bit of the issues that they have. Because right now, they are like, as a company right now, you are in the last like push towards releasing the game. So like in January, like the developers are gonna work on the game, but the main focus before release is gonna be marketing and pushing the game out. And if you guys have seen, they are pushing out a lot of marketing when it comes to big YouTubers. Have you guys seen in the last 2-3 days how many like Endfield videos there are? Like every single YouTuber that has millions of views, like every single gacha YouTuber, every single one of them has pushed out like a Endfield review. Type in Endfield and you will see how many, like how big of a push it actually is. And every single YouTuber is even outside. It's outside of gacha space. So like this is the thing. They are not promoting this game, and this is what I said. This game is probably gonna be played by more people who don't play gacha games than people that play gacha games. Like it's a fully fledged like game. For me personally, I have a friend, he never played a gacha game in his life, and he told me he's never gonna play a gacha game. Like, he despises gacha games, but he said he's gonna play Endfield because it has factory. He's like, yeah, I kinda like the combat seems really cool. I kinda like the factory and all the stuff that you can do, and it just seems like a good game. But I'm not gonna spend any money, I'm just gonna try the game and like do the factory and do all this stuff and see how it goes. So yeah, like the main audience of this game is trying to attract everyone like that wants to play like a niche game, a game that's fully fledged and like a triple A game. So this is good, man. Like devs listened. Actually, devs listened. Good stuff. I am really satisfied with, you know, like the acknowledgement of resource and lacking of resources and everything else. It would be really cool if we got the game on the 31st of January. It really would be.